Hi friends, Stacy here. I wanted this video today to be some yin yoga. We're going to do just a couple of poses, not a full yin session, but I offer these to you to try throughout your day at any point and really give yourself this time. I love yin yoga. I love all yoga, but yin yoga addresses the connective tissue, our fascia. You might have heard the term myofascial release, where they're releasing your fascia or you're rolling on a roller or a ball. My friends and clients that know me know I'm obsessed with it. I love it. You can think of it as a sheet, your fascia, or a sheath that is on the whole inside of your body that covers over everything, right? And goes around the head, the whole inside of the body, as if it's its own body, right? It covers your tendons, muscles, ligaments, organs, bones. And it likes slow movement, slow controlled movement, right? In yin yoga, we hold poses anywhere from, could be 2 minutes up to 5. I usually go in the 3 to 5 minute range, but don't feel that need to do that here, but holding for at least a good minute is suggested. I might be a little under that, definitely under the 5 minute range for these poses, but I just want to offer these to you. So it can be challenging too, because our body holds on to emotion, right? I'm sure you've heard that before. And they're doing more and more research on how that also affects not only our muscles, our emotions and trauma that perhaps we've had, but how it also affects the connective tissue. So if you find that you've got some emotions coming up, anything, it could be anything, try to go with it, right? Try to just let it come out. We're going to focus on our breath. It's very meditative, right? And you don't have to do any particular breath pattern. I will talk about the breath, but just bring your mind back to how the breath feels through the nostrils. And I'm also going to offer a mantra, or you can think of it as a meditation. It's called loving kindness, metta. So sit as you are, or as I am. You're gonna, if you have props, I recommend those. I'm up on a blanket. Props are nice, not needed, but nice for support. Could be any kind of blankets, couch pillows. Just find a comfortable seat. Shut down the eyes if that works for you, and just arrive. Notice how your sits bones feel on the mat or the ground. Feel the support, and as a little more time goes on, drop into it. Soften through the shoulders, hands wherever they're comfortable. And notice where your breath is at without changing it. Sometimes that initial just trying to notice the breath can be challenging. I felt the need to take that deep breath. And I want you to place both your hands over your heart center, a gesture of worthiness, and just starting with offering yourself that loving kindness. Take a deeper inhale through your nose. Feel the belly expand. Exhale it out the mouth. Let's try that again. Inhale through nose, belly and ribs, all of it expands. Exhale it out the mouth. Now breathing all through nose, try to keep the mouth closed down. Really imagine your breath like a balloon that you're filling up. It goes out and then it draws in, right? Think of your breath also like a triangle. Inhale up one side, exhale down the other, and the base is a pause. It's what naturally happens. You could begin to play with lengthening the breath if that feels good for you. Lengthen the inhale, lengthen the exhale, which then goes into the pause. If your mind starts to wander as we start to go into our poses, just bring it back to the breath, or the sound of my voice, or that concept of loving kindness. On your next inhale, Eyes could blink open if they were closed. Let the arms release down. So we're going to start with our first yin pose today. Dragonfly. So you could stay seated on a blanket. I'm going to get mine out of the way. Think of it pretty much what it is a straddle position, right? So you're going to come to your edge. In yin, we want to come to the edge of our pose, right? Now, I tend to, from my other yoga work and work that I do, really flex my feet and keep them strong. Here, I'm going to offer you to relax them. I'm going to scooch back a little bit more. So get to your, what you think is your widest point. And this is where two props might be handy for you. And then I want you to relax. Unless you have stuff going on with the knees, then I would like a little bit of engagement for the joints. Otherwise, on an inhale, I want you to begin to come forward any amount. Now, if that is a challenge for you, no problem, right? It could be blocks, books, several blankets propped up, pillows. You can even be propped up higher. You can be up higher and even place your forehead on something, right? So go to what serves you best. It's not about how far you go and you're going to relax your feet. I tend to forget that. You're going to play to your edge. You're going to soften down the shoulders. I just don't want your neck to hang, right? Our head is very heavy. So just keep it in alignment. If you're this far forward, it's just going in line with the rest of the spine. We're going to check in with our time. Find your end position. And then just relax and release into it. We're going to feel those inner thighs, that groin area. You might feel hips, you might feel some back. Everyone's going to be a little different. It's definitely inner thighs stretching. Allowing that fascia to open up and release. Focusing on the sensation of your breath, how it feels as you take an inhale, how it feels as you exhale, right? Maybe you find if you've got props over time, you want to come lower, you can, you don't have to. Maybe you want to get your props out of the way. You could even, if you were down this low, it's a nice support of our heavy head and protecting the neck. You could be on the elbows and prop up the chin. Right, I'm going to come out of that just so you can hear me better. But as we stay here longer, can you feel the release through the inner thighs, through the mind, maybe through the hips? Going back to that idea of loving kindness. Notice if you're still gripping or having tension somewhere, anywhere here in the body. And again, I offer you, feel free to use props, right? If that's going to feel more supportive for you, that's great. And let it release. If your legs naturally turn in, let them do that, right? Unless the knee joint hurts, you're going to be mindful of that. Or knee joints, that is, right? Holding this for a good moment so everything can release. Each yin pose also relates to meridian points, right? In Chinese medicine, it's an Indian philosophy as well, which relates to different organs and ultimately just creating more prana, more chi, right? More of that energy flow so that we have more vitality, energy, more health. It's easy to put the tension into the shoulders, relax them, we're almost there. Going back to the focus of your breath, right? The mind might wander, that's okay. That's the monkey mind, it's what it's meant to do, bring it back to the present moment. Keep checking in with our time. Been here for a good 2 minutes. Please feel free to stay longer. I recommend it. Otherwise, we'll slowly, being the key word, come back up, use those hands, get those props out of the way if they're in your way. And to counterbalance that, I want you to bring your hands behind you, soft elbows, draw those shoulders out of the ears, and just hinge back nice and slow so that everything, the fascia, can come back into place. Good, and then we'll begin to come upright again. And we're gonna take a lateral stretch in this dragonfly. So you're gonna place your, and again, it could be actually a prop here. It could be several props, it's a great option. So I'm gonna leave my block close. You're gonna go to your left, I'm gonna go to my right. You can place the hand down, or it could be forearm, and you're gonna take an exhale as you go over to the side. Now we're here for a good moment. Draw the shoulders out of the ears. Relax, my feet tend to take over. Find some relaxation. What I don't want is the head dropping. So if you can hold this, it might even be, like I said, propped up. This is a wonderful option. You could use arm on a block, stack of books. Watch that bottom shoulder though, right? And prop up. Or maybe you have access to go here and prop up the head. Or if you are fine holding that lateral stretch, the top arm doesn't even have to be over, but if you're okay with that, allow it to stay there. Relax the feet. I tend to really put tension into the feet. Notice the sensation of the breath or the quality that the breath has. And again, going back to your concept of loving kindness. You might even find, try not to move around too much, but I'm gonna allow my prop to come out of the way. I'm gonna soften down the shoulders and the feet. Allow my neck to be supported by my bottom hand. That feels better for my neck. Breathing through that side body. For me, it's my left side. It might be your right. And again, don't think the end goal is to go all the way over. Oh, I'm trying to touch my foot. It doesn't matter. You might be here up higher, right? Still hold your position, and that's perfectly fine. You might find that that shoulder gets tired, right? And you're just propped up like this, right? That's fine too. The arm can even just come in front. No problem. We're just trying to get into this side body, right? Almost there. Allow everything to release and relax into the ground. Feel the support of the ground. And our next inhale, slowly rise up. Slow, again being the key word. And then we'll find the other side. Maybe your props have now traveled to the other side. It could be forearm down, it could be just hand, elbows soften, reach up and over, draw the shoulder gently out of the ear, and then find some sense of release, right? Try not to let this head hang. Again, we want to be mindful of that neck. It is very flexible. We don't want it to be hanging, right? If it feels better for you to prop it up a little bit, that's fine too. Send breath down that side of your body that's stretching. Drawing shoulders out of the ears. We're holding these not quite as long, but a decent moment, right? Again, if you find that top shoulder gets tired, mine sometimes does too, it can come down. We're just thinking of the heart, the chest facing forward. It can even be in front of you, it can be propped up. Try to find a position that works for you, that is giving you that sense of release. You're feeling it, but it's not excruciating. Loving kindness. The more you can offer yourself that loving kindness, that peace, that translates to being off the mat and out into the world, right? How we treat others. Slowly rise up, inhale. And then let's just hinge back again. Use my hands, I'm gonna draw the shoulders out of my ears. Just keeping that back straight and allowing the fascia to come back into place. We're gonna end with one last pose, butterfly, right? If you take regular flow classes, also known as Baddha Konasana. So now we're gonna come into butterfly. You could bring the heels in towards the groin. They could be out a little bit. They could even be separated if that feels better for you. Right? So this is the ending part, the second part of the video. You could even place blankets, blocks if you have them, or pillows under the thighs for support. You're going to come forward, draw the shoulders down. Don't let the head hang. Lengthen. And then find your end position, whatever it is for you. Find some release. And even if the feet come apart, that's okay too, as long as there's no pain in your knees. Butterfly is also done on our backs sometimes. Another wonderful way to do it. Today the theme is getting some stretch to the inner thighs, some release, the groin, a little bit of hip in each of these positions. Focusing on that inhale, focusing on the lengthy exhale. Softening through the shoulders. And this is another one if you had a lot of props, right? It could be propped up where you, maybe even one more level or a blanket here. You could rest the forehead down. There's a lot of variations, right? To where you can get to your edge, but then find that release. On your next inhale, slowly rise up. And we'll just hinge back. Let's go legs straight out in front of us now, nice and slow. Again, hinging that torso back. Don't dump into the shoulders. Just let the feet be relaxed and allowing the fascia to come back into place. So that's our quick little session for today. If you have any questions on yin yoga, or yoga in general, breath work, meditation, or the fascia, let me know. Reach your arms up, inhale. Exhale, feel free to come back to these videos at any time, of course. I'm sending you loving kindness always. Keep shining your light. Thank you for your time. Namaste.